Hello, 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 and welcome to the show at Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today. Previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, Evan, and everything in between every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox. Sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, James J., alongside the leader of Squash Squad 3
Today I got my whiskey out because it's a glorious occasion, one that took a year. But we're here. We here.
Yeah. And the American Scooter Dust.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the good people at the Make a Death Wish Foundation for making this happen.
And the ambassador John Moxley.
Yeah, there's still on that odd thing. Okay, like a month later. Um, it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the co-winner of the Wrestling with Mania Madness 2022 co-winner match.
It's a
Charlotte,
two times a co-winner.
two times the co-winner. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania 32. Um, yeah, so it took us a year, but we got there, and now we're here. A little later, or in a different video, we'll be doing another watch along of the other winner, the TLC triangle, the triangle ladder match with the Hardys and Dudleys and Edge and Christian.
Boo!
Yeah.
Don't call it a triangle match. It's been here for years.
And so now it's time to get out your Betamaxes, your VHSs, your DVDs, pull up the network, pull out your Peacocks, or more accurately, go
Go.
to YouTube, type in
Not in
Charlotte
public though.
versus Becky versus Charlotte. The match should appear, or just go into the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, click the link. You'll already be there, and get it at 000. And when I say uh, 3, 2, 1 on one, you press play. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
First, I'd like to have my victory speech, god damn it. First of all, I'd like to thank me for picking this match because, everybody likes boobies, but everybody like athletic boobies. So, yeah, thank me. And then also, Scooter, I know you picked this before, so you the Rosa Parks, and I just rode this bitch to the finish line. But
Yeah.
I did it, baby. Worst to first. Woohoo, baby. Woohoo.
In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Becky Lynch is coming out first.
Yes.
Becky Lynch in the phase I always used to call the CM Punk phase.
What's it about captain hats and wrestlers? Not male
I
wrestlers, but just women wrestlers.
she was doing steampunk, and that's what
This was like before the cult like following E2. So it was like
I mean, she only got into this match because she did such a good job against Charlotte at Rumble and what was the big preview before Mania that year? Roadblock?
fast lane.
No, it's Roadblock.
Yeah,
yeah, roadblock. Yeah. Being there, this match followed that shit show known as Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. So, at this point, everyone was like, okay, this was the match people kind of really wanted to see. And if and I remembered right being at the stadium. On one side of that big ass death dome known as Jerry World was this match, the three girls for this match. So they really put a lot of emphasis on promoting this match. And then when they did the women's championship introduction earlier that night, it kind of put a little bit more emphasis on the match. So
Right.
by this point, your boy was on the floor, buzzed out his ass, but remembers this match distinctly. Plus, this was my third WrestleMania. Man, fucking time flies.
Sometimes it
And
looks
this was
good
with,
in that coat, that robe.
you mean that robe, the gangster robe? This is when he was on good terms, with WWE. I guess AEW let him put somebody through a table, so he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go where I can get rowdy, bitch."
I
But
think this is the only time
honestly, I think
Sasha wore long pants in a match.
yeah, because it was Texas, Eddie Guerrero, the whole tribute. I This is where I think Sasha had a mini cult when it came to wrestling ability, and I think this match solidified that shit because people ride or die now with her. Like as far as like her in ring ability, maybe not like Becky with the personality and the marketing, but people went up and down about Sasha in the ring at this time.
And that's because, she wasn't doing anything on the main roster, but she was having these banger matches with Bailey on NXT TV.
Which to me, that women's Iron match and the Takeover to Brooklyn match was the two best of the best women's NXT matches I've seen in my life. But
I mean, I
I
can't
digress.
count how many people we've had that we've actually interviewed that said that the Bailey Sasha match from Takeover is what got them into pro wrestling.
True. I mean, two of these three were like the Takeover catalysts, and I mean, keep in mind, Sasha couldn't really shine until Charlotte left.
Um,
It,
Now I have a Creed ad thing.
Buy the goddamn premium, James.
Or
Premium
use
YouTube, really?
use an ad
Yeah.
blocker. Use Ghostery or Ad Block or uBlock Origins.
Yeah, I got YouTube music, so it comes with premium free. Fuck it.
Are you on 4 minutes and what?
31 seconds.
31 seconds. Okay.
Oh, I'm at 447, but I'll go back.
The fuck?
31 seconds, bro. That shit was rocking. My shit be rocking, son. I'll play that shit. I got a 6-year-old who be watching Number Block. He gets pissed with the commercials. He'd be like, "Daddy, you goddamn commercials." All right, whenever you're ready.
I'm already playing. I'm at
Yeah.
5:05.
What?
What?
What? God damn it.
I
It's
never
okay.
stopped playing.
Whatever. We
Yeah,
never responded for you.
where,
You're horrible.
where,
You're horrible.
where,
You're the
where,
worst.
where the hell are we now?
I was 5:26.
There you go. So I'm right there.
There you go.
There you go. I'm not too far.
There
I'm
could
right
be
Yeah.
there.
a couple seconds of margin of error. It's fine.
God damn it, when we commentate what happened with Charlotte with the flip. You know what's funny? This was probably like
Do that anymore.
when I had the mean crush on Charlotte with this one, boy. Ooh. Oof. Becky was okay, but I was like, man, Charlotte, that bitch. This was before she went on face. surgery and shit.
Yeah.
And she actually looked like herself. Oh yeah, look at Lita, the fucking high school art teacher, giving out the title.
And we might be seeing Becky and Lita teaming at WrestleMania. Funny
When
how
you
things
say,
work.
we're rewinding, I'm assuming there's a pause in there so we all know when to start again.
Okay, pause 6:36. Everybody there?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Play.
I mean, Charlotte was cute though. Mm-mm. Booty was flat as a quarter, but it'll work with it. Real sweetheart too, which is nuts.
Wonder how she would be to meet her nowadays. Because her attitude definitely changed from this.
Well, those things happen when you get a man, James.
I'm. Oh, okay. I was never looking for a man.
In general, women's attitudes change when they get a man.
Well, I mean, Becky became a man.
She became the man.
This is correct.
He-Man.
This was a nice little start, though, too. And I think that the crowd, if I remember right, we were kind of sitting silent a little bit, kind of watching this in awe. And then when they got the break and we got to hear, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this is when it's popping," because this is like the beginning of the whole Hell in a Cell feuds and all that. So it was meant to be some bangers between them two.
Yeah, that opening, that's what we called the Memphis opener. Non-stop pins and everything. Love that Cricket Wireless is still a sponsor.
Yeah. It's funny that they
I
have
mean,
the Divas Championship on the screen, even though they updated the title that night.
well, the winner was gonna have both. James.
But they retired the Divas after this.
They retired it, yeah, but when Charlotte leaves, she raises that title. She raises the new title, but they didn't have time to put the new thing in there. It still was for the Divas Championship.
Now, you got Charlotte, who, when she first came up to the roster, she was the it girl. I mean, like a month after she was there, she won the Divas Championship. Sasha, this is really the first time you really get to see Sasha because she came to the main roster, was doing better things on NXT, and Becky was just playing the little buddy role to Charlotte and Paige, and then was kind of considered being the mid, but somehow got into this match.
Submission sorority, anybody? Remember that? It's supposed to be a group day.
I wish they would have had a submission sorority versus the Banger Bros. That would have been a fantastic match.
Good Lord.
I think everyone will be a winner with that match.
What contrast to this match? Uh, Becky with the red, with the orange hair, Charlotte with the blue attire. Sasha with the purple hair. I miss purple hair Sasha.
I mean, there was a lot of treasure troll hair being sold that weekend.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, I think, if I remembered right, at this one, this was the WrestleMania where people took 3 hours to get in and they missed the pre-show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they didn't have a scan on, they didn't have a scan to be able to scan. The scanners scanning the tickets wasn't working, but it worked on one side, and I happened to be on that side. And in line with me was the the Undertaker shot guy who act like he was bigger than what he was supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
And then you had the one of my favorite rappers, Murs, who happened to be there, and I was freaked out. People thought I was like, oh shit, it's Murs, and everybody was like, who the fuck is Murs? And I'm sitting there like, oh shit, I'm rapping line for line with Murs and everything else, and he's calling me like, yes sir, no sir, and I'm like, don't call me sir, you're Murs, don't call me sir. So, yeah, but yeah, that was a big complaint in Dallas, that 3 hour wait, because it took them 3 hours. And then, especially if you're on the side where the sun was, oh my God, it was fucking brutal. But luckily, I was on the side where I got the ticket and slid right on in.
And Ric Flair interferes in the match.
This match is really it really showcases the fundamentals of what a essentially a singles match involving three people is, and that it's you work your way up in almost like a round robin style by working with each person for a little bit until you get to the spot where you're all down at the same time, and then you break out the the three people spots, kind of almost like this one. uh, Not exactly, but it's triple threat 101.
Yeah. Sometimes, obviously, there's some matches that have to be one-on-one at WrestleMania, but sometimes triple threats just make it, that much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, this year we're getting Roman and Cody, which by all means should be Roman and Cody. Um, I'm just trying to think of the last time we had a triple threat main event that wasn't
35.
Roman. Yeah, Sasha. No, Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte.
Yep.
But I don't think that one worked because it was more, the styles didn't match. Like this one, everyone had three different approaches to the match. But they were all athletic, right? Because Sasha didn't have the strength, but she could move around and fly and kind of be quick with it. Charlotte was athletic, but she was strong. And Becky was kind of like not great at everything, but good at both. So it complemented well.
I think it just felt like they just added Charlotte to the match for no real reason other than they wanted Charlotte in the main event of the first all female WrestleMania main event. It was
Well, that was the plan until Becky Lynch got like the cult following. Thank Nia Jax for that. Had she not broke a fucking nose, it wouldn't have happened.
yeah. I mean, you got the other triple threat matches: Roman versus Daniel Bryan and Edge. That wasn't a bad match.
Mm,
It was okay.
It was okay, but it wasn't 30.
Becky Lynch
Because
killing
keep in mind,
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair at this point, I mean, it's his birthday too, man. That motherfucker should have been dead like 30 times. It, and yet he's still kicking, taking bumps. And this was 2016. Now this is the spot that everybody kind of really cared about, and this was nice. Eat
The
and
the Charlotte
yeah, moonsault. Oh
moonsault.
yeah, when that happened, it was a wrap, and you could just see the crowd. Everybody was like, "Oh shit."
I felt like that was a callback to the Shawn Michaels moonsault from 20.
Yeah, but I think it worked because Charlotte's super tall. She's tall, and when she flips, it looks like a damn swan up there, like straight up. So, and JBL on the call, always Texas, and then double natural selection, and then one, two, nope, and then she goes after Sasha. One, two, nope. But I'm still trying to figure out where in the match did Becky get the black eye? Because she had a shiner.
Hmm.
And it was a mean one too.
That's right.
And if I remembered
might
right,
have
this
might have been right there.
might be right. And if I remember right, this was I was in 131 and I ended up meeting with my friends in floor right behind where Michael, where the announcer's table is. I was in one section behind that section, chilling. Three. And then considering that thing had like 100,000 people in it, bro, you looking at it from the floor, I was like, oh my goodness. As a matter of fact, I think I still have the video. So when Bray Wyatt came out, everyone had the whole cell phone, blah, 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 blah. But I was recording it and it just looked bananas. I'll post that on Twitter somewhere because it was nuts as the bank statement pops up. So since it's a throwback, do we just go with Sasha or just call her Mercedes Monet?
I
A with a figure four leg lock.
think Sasha's fine. I'm still not used to calling her a Mercedes anyway. And look how she could do um the figure eight and nothing you know pops out.
Yeah, that's true. But look at that. But then again, she's flat as a quarter. Oh yeah, nice pull. Becky saves the match for herself. And this is when Becky still got them extensions in too, them damn orange hair extensions. I mean, all of them was on extensions.
I mean, she has a feather in her hair.
That is true. And then if I'm right, here goes flats. Yep, Bink. And then Bink. At this point, the crowd was in it. Because After watching that Dean Ambrose match, it was like, thank God. And if I remember right, this was probably one of the longest. This was like started at 5. Once they started at 3, it ended like at midnight. And this was like the first complaint of WrestleMania being too damn long. Because if
Mm,
I remember right, this was like the first
so,
between. I think this one at 31 was like 8 hours long.
no, that 33. 33 was 8 hours. I remember because I was on the air for all of it, including the 2 hours of pre-show.
Oh no, this one felt like it. This shit felt like 8 hours,
No,
including the
no,
pre-show.
no. It literally went from 5 p.m. Eastern to just a little after 1.
Mm, I'm trying to remember. It felt like because it felt like when Roman and Triple H came out, it was like, yeah, no, we ready to go. Because I think, especially after this match, people kind of felt like, yeah, that was kind of in the main event. To be quite honest.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the last. Just speaking of seeing this live and on my couch, um, this was a long Wrestle. This definitely was the trend of when WrestleMania started to get long because I remember 31 was 5 hours, and then I mean, what was the one in 2019 35? That was 8 to 10 hours.
35. No, 35 was not as long.
I mean, it went till midnight.
35, it felt like it went to 2 in the morning. Fun story. Everybody, um, people were trying to go home from 35, but most people took the train there. As Charlotte gets the tap, people were taking the train there, but the trains were coming in increments. And some people that left WrestleMania at midnight didn't get home till 6 a.m. in the morning.
Damn.
Luckily, I had a rental car, and I remember my wife was like, "Take the rental car back." I was like, "Hell no, we keeping it." And I drove to Jersey, and I've never seen New York so light of traffic that night. Straight the fuck up. It took me like 15 minutes to get from Jersey to Brooklyn. And correct me if I'm wrong, Scooter, on that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
For MetLife, I was at the W. It took me like it was a hop, skip, and a jump out that bitch after that. Because everybody was and people were getting sick because it was raining too. That was the worst part. Because right after WrestleMania 35 ended, it rained.
That's right.
Yeah, and it rained before.
It rained, yeah, it rained
That, that,
before, and then
that,
it stopped raining, and it rained after. Yeah, I don't know what it is with WrestleMania and rain, yo. Because that's what happened at Tampa too, with the water on top of the tarp, and it literally was raining the whole time, and it stopped raining, and then it rained right after Mania. It was just weird how that happened. April showers is no joke. As Charlotte holds the belt, yep. And this was when she was still Charlotte. This was before she was even added to Flair,
Right.
so she didn't even get the last name yet at that point. So
There you go.
that tells you everything you need to know. This was before she became Flair. I think this is probably before people got tired of her. To be quite
Um,
honest.
we were getting there, I think, because um, that is the question. When did we get tired of Charlotte?
When she kept beating Sasha, and Sasha never really successfully defended her title.
Well, I mean, if we're going, full out, we take this gold, then it would be before the 35 match that year. So 2018.
I think when she beat Asuka and ended Asuka's undefeated streak,
Yeah, I can
which
see
was
that.
2 years later.
Yeah.
2 years later.
I think it was just a year later.
That was two. Because Asuka was yet to be on the roster in 33. In 33, if I remembered right, Charlotte lost to. Fuck, who the fuck did she lose to? I won? Yeah, I don't remember who she lost to. I remember Naomi won the title, but I knew it wasn't against Charlotte.
Bailey. Bailey won it. It was Charlotte, Bailey, Nia, and there was one other person in that match.
Becky,
Becky wasn't in that match.
because SmackDown had the 6, Raw had the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
Oh no, Charlotte, Sasha, Bailey, Nia.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So it would probably be either between that time and when she beat Asuka, who at that time was on a fucking roll. Because keep in mind, Asuka came up undefeated, won the Rumble, and then they made Asuka kind of humble herself to Charlotte afterwards, which probably rubbed motherfuckers the wrong way.
Especially in NXT.
No, this was at Mania because she was like, remember, it was like I remember when Charlotte beat her and Asuka got the mic and did the Charlotte is ready for Asuka. Unlike Nakamura, when Nakamura lost and he tried to give respect to AJ and he busted him in the nuts
Right.
and went heel. So yeah, so it's kind of the opposite. The Japanese didn't have a good night that night.
They did not. Alright. That will conclude our coverage of our watch along of Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment on our YouTube and Castbox. Of course, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Taylor Love Coffee. Join us for new interviews on Tuesday and Wednesday, and whatever else we got going on this week. It should be an interesting one for sure. Alright, and you can follow the show at Wrestling with E, but on Twitter and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. You can follow me personally at JamesJ993. Where can we find Coleco?
I am Coleco, and I'm gonna post throwback pics from this night because I got mad photos from it. I'll post the video of the Bray Wyatt one that I was talking about, which was dope. Nothing like 101,000 people with their cell phones.
And
Can't.
and where can we find Scooter?
As always, find me on Twitter at ScooterDust. Keep an eye out for the remix, and as always, find me in my Twitch antics, along with Rico Constantino Jr. and the rest of the Smoking Dragons clan. Twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
For Coleco Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Ooh, ladies first, ladies first. Shout out Queen Latifah.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.